Hey guys, my name is Moon and welcome back for more Tsukihime, a piece of blue glass moon. So last time, Arcuade and Shiki had a little go around the city, I guess, right? A little date, I suppose. They went to the movie theaters and it was pretty fun. And Arcuade also mentioned by the end the name, I guess, of the vampire, right? Mihail Roa, something like that. So I guess we got a little bit of clue now, the name of the enemy that we're trying to find. So anyways, let us continue. Let's do this. A little before 5, due to our school's early dismissal and ban on club activities, there's no one around the main gate. I'd wager you could count the number of people left within the building on one hand. As long as we don't do anything conspicuous, I can probably take Arcuade as far as the courtyard.
言っとくけど、校舎の中には入れないからな。俺は今日ずる休みしちまったし、アルクエイドは部外者なんだから。
But yeah, isn't or aren't there guards here at least? I mean, the school has to have, like someone at least watching it.
わかってるって。式に迷惑はかけないから安心して。
Arcuade curiously glances through the gates to see what's going on inside. We'd better move. I can't think of anything more noticeable than a random blonde beauty loitering outside the gate.
アルクエイド、こっち。とにかく中庭に入ろう。
Taking her by the hand, I lead her inside. The courtyard is just as quiet as I'd expected. Come to think of it, Arcuade actually came here once before. At the time, it felt like my heart was going to burst out of my chest. Looking back on it now though, I can't help but smile. I mean, come on, this vampire strolls around in broad daylight and into my school, no less. You'd think there'd be a limit to her cluelessness.
ねえ、気づいてる？式。
気づいてるって何が？
学校のこと。私が見る限り誰もいないみたいだけど。
なんだって？
I look through the windows. The classrooms are empty naturally, but I'm surprised to see the lights in the faculty room are also turned off. Arcuade is right. This place is totally empty aside from us. The main gate was still open though, so could we have just missed the last staff member leaving as we were headed into the courtyard?
ねえねえ、中には誰もいないんだよ。
Arcuade looks at me expectantly. Somehow I know exactly what she's trying to say. So yeah, she wants to tour the whole school now.
嫌です。
My outright refusal goes in one ear and out the other.
人がいないなら中に入っても怒られないわよね。いいタイミングで来たんだ、私たち。
だから、金輪際嫌なんだって。へ
え、思ったより中は広いんだ。廊下も広いし、これなら十分使えそうね。
That's weird. Arcuade's voice just now sounded like it came from near the windows.
式、このドア開かないんだけど、壊しちゃっていいかな？
I take off at warp speed. Arcuade is standing in front of one of the windows, idly winding up her arm in anticipation. I am practically nauseous from panic as I run to intercept her before she actually punches the glass in.
なんで人の話を聞かないんだ、お前は！
There's no way I can unleash such a deranged vandal into our pool school. Even if I stand no chance of stopping her, I should at least try.
あ、来た。
Arcuade seems to be in high spirits.
お前な、俺の高校を見て何が楽しいんだ。遊び場なら他にもたくさんあるだろう。適当に連れて行ってやるからよそに行こ
う。そうでもないんじゃない？式の通ってるここはそれなりに楽しそうなんだけど。 シキ、私校舎の中に入ってみたい。そこの入り口の鍵、殺してくれない？
殺してくれないって、お前な。
Yeah. Could you kill the lock on this window?
私がやるよりシキの方が綺麗でしょ？シキの切り口はどんな刃物にもできない切断面だもの。後になって誰かが見つけても救命できずでおしまいだよ。
She eagerly gestures at the window.
まったく、変に子供みたいなんだから。
I tilt my glasses a bit, peering just over the frame. It doesn't take long to locate the arc-shaped line that runs along the window's latch.
くそ、都合よくあるんだもんな。
Slipping the knife out of my pocket, I smoothly sever the lock. Though I guess it's more accurate to say I killed the lock.
いいよ、ここから中に入ろう。
I open the window, and we climb inside. May those that cleaned up after class forgive us. I mean, why? Your footprints? Is that it? I'm not sure if I could or I should call it predictable or cliche, but the first place Arcade wanted to see was my classroom, located on the third floor.
シキはここで何を習ってるの？
何って、世間一般の学生が習うことだよ。歴史の勉強から自国の文化への深い造形。ついでに、物のあり方の理解度を深める物理や数学。ああ、いずれ諸外国に旅立つことも想定して、英語も教わっている。
そうなんだ。シキのことだから、効率のいい人体解剖術とか刃物の扱い方を習ってるのかと思った。
What? Arcade actually managed to land a good one there.
アルクエイド。お前、初めからここがどういうところだか知ってて言ってるだろ。
大当たり。
Arcade gives me a round of applause as she laughs. It's always a struggle to figure out what's on her mind, but this time she's being especially incomprehensible. Coming to my school has nothing to do with the vampire hunting. Surely, what is she planning? Okay, what is that?
シキ。
なんだよ、急に真面目な顔して。やっぱりここに連れ込んだのは訳ありなのか？
Let me see this flowchart again. Where are we now? Oh, this is the movie, I guess, right? The different areas. Dropping by school.
いえ、ここに来たことにさして理由はないわ。私はただ、ここでのことを聞きたいだけ。
ここでのことって、学校のことか？
そう。シキはここで一日の半分を費やしているのよね。そうまでした知識や経験はすべて使い切ることがあるの？あなたは人生に不必要なことを学んで時間を浪費していたりするんじゃないの？
はい？
Out of all her questions, this might be the one I have the most trouble grasping.
ここで習った知識や技術はあなたの人生において一度も使われないこともあるのよね。そういうのって無駄じゃないの？
まあ、確かに多くは無駄になるかもな。数学を習ってはいるけど、専門職に就かないのならそこまで活用はできないだろうし、生きていく上で使うのは算数までのレベルでいいし。
But honestly though, like in school, I mean, yeah, they're correct though. Like a lot of stuff, I guess, that you learn, you don't really use in the future. But I don't really mind. But I wish that they would teach people, students, like more on what you really use in the real world, right? Like what you really use. Because sometimes they don't teach you that, right?
国の歴史や英語を習ったところで、それをこの先使うかどうかはわからない。ハルクエイドの言う通り、 ここで過ごす時間の大半は人生にとって余分なものだよ。
なんだ、ちゃんと気づいてたんだ。なら、どうしてそんな無駄なことをするの？あなたたちの時間は短いんだから、そんなことをしている暇なんてないはずなのに。
暇はないって。まあ、はっきりとした目的が今はないからね。それまではこうやって無駄に生きているわけだけど。
信じられないな。無駄だと分かっていながら、それを日々の糧にしているなんて。私には信じられない。
Arcoade's voice turns into a mutter. I don't quite understand why it is affecting her so much. All I can do is try to find a reply to her soliloquy.
日々の稼か。けどさ、無駄ってそんなに悪いことかな。いいじゃないか、余分なことって。ここで習ったことがここでしか使われなくっても、それはそれで日々の名残になるだろう。いつか年をとってぼんやりと過ごしている時にさ、ああそんなこともあったなーって苦笑しながら思い出せる出来事なら、それはそれで意味があるよ。
I mean, yeah.
その思い出自体が無駄なことなのに、それを楽しく思い出せるっていうの？四季は。
I mean, for a human, of course, those are memories of your past. I mean, for Arcoade here, she's immortal, so...
ああ、そのあたりは大丈夫。自分にとって都合の悪いものは思い出せないようにできてるんだよ、人間って。人生は無駄なことだらけだし、突き詰めて考えると生きてること自体が無駄じゃないか？その反対で、無駄なことをするために人間は生きてるのかもしれない。
I mean, I don't know. Like, for example, at the end of your life, and then you look back and you think, did I do something? Have I done something? I don't know.
だから、俺はあんまり深刻にはならない。すべては無意味なことなんだって気づかないよう、ごまかしやっていくのが当たり前の生き方なんだと思うよ。
無駄だと認めた上で、それをこなすんだ。私は無駄なことはできない。今までだって必要なこと以外はやってこなかったから。
何言ってるんだ。それなら今日一日のことなんて無駄だらけじゃないか。
And yeah, that pointless stuff that they did. It was fun, right?
アルクエイドの目的は吸血鬼を見つけることだろ。なら俺と街を歩く必要なんてないし。
そうよね。それが私にもよくわからなくて。無駄しかないような式に質問してみたんだけど、余計わからなくなっちゃった。
はいはい、悪うございました。どうせ俺は無駄しかない人間だよ。自分でも自分のいていい理由が証明できないしね。
ごめんね。式の言いたいことはわかるんだ。人間という種は価値基準を個人ではなく全体で持っている。だから個の間違いも全体が正しければ許してもらえる。あなたたちは最後に種が終わりを迎える瞬間にたった一つの答えを生み出すために反映できる。けど私たちは個体だから、自身の間違いは決して許されない。自分以外の意志を決して自身に反映させてはいけない。だから余分なことはしちゃいけないんだなってずっと教えられてきた。
Ever so softly, Arcuade strings the words together like she's confessing to something.
でも、わからなくなっちゃった。たった少し、たったの7日間だけなのに。私は正しいのかなって。だって、すごく楽しいんだもの。こうしてるのが、生きているっていうのが、ただそれだけで嬉しいなんて、今まで考えたこともなかった。
I guess for her, like even those 800 years, right, that she had. Like this is the first time she's met someone like, I guess we'll say Shiki, right? And then, yeah, for all those, how many days? 7 days? 8 days? I mean 7 as she said. She has felt more alive than any of those other years that she had.
私、壊れちゃったのかな。今までこんなに長く起きていたことがないから、本当はもうとっくに眠ってしまっていて、自分勝手な夢を見てしまっているだけなのかな。
I'm at a loss for words. There's no way I could even start to comprehend what things are like for her. I don't have a clue what she's going through. All I know is that I hate seeing her like this. I mean, yeah. Actually, I don't want to see arcades or arcades. What do you call this? Her past. I want to see her history. Like, yeah, how did it start? What happened to her throughout her history? But I guess, of course, we're not gonna know that.
壊れてるって何が？
外見はそうだろうけど、中身が違っちゃってるんだ。楽しいとか辛いとか、そんな余分な感情が今はとても大きくなってる。以前は無視できたものが無視できなくなっているなら、それは壊れてるということでしょ。それにね、私は普通じゃないよ。式とは違う。吸血鬼なんだから。
The loneliness is etched in her face, but she almost appears to be smiling. She looks fragile, like she might fade away into the sunset. Something's off here. None of this is right. Arcuade, bathed in the sunset umber glow, is looking more frail than I've ever seen her. How can such a thing be real?
らしくないな。
This isn't how she's supposed to be. You're a vampire, goddammit. Don't you go all looking all vulnerable and sweet like a normal girl?
無視できないとか、無駄なことをしているとか、気にするな。そんなの放っておけばいい。自分のことなんて真剣に考えてもいいことないぞ。何を迷ってるか知らないけど、お前はそのままでいいんだ。だって誰にも迷惑なんてかけてないんだから。
そうかな。私、式によく怒鳴られるけど、あれは違うの？
バカ、俺は例外。俺にはお前を殺した罪があるんだから。お前に引っ張り回されるのは自業自得なんだよ。だから、いいんだ。俺は好きでやってるんだから。俺にかける迷惑なんて考えないでくれ。
My words did little to alleviate the darkness in her eyes. I can't stand seeing her like this. She looks so defeated, I just want to pull her into my arms and hold her tight.
頼むから、もっとシャンとしてくれ、アルクエイド。そりゃお前はわがままだったり自由すぎたり手を焼かされるけど、それ以外の部分はまともだよ。壊れてなんかいないし、普通の女の子と変わらない。だから、いつもみたいに笑ってくれ。お前にそんな顔をされると、こっちの気持ちが悪くなる。
ひどい言いようね。私、そんなにわがままかな。
She mutters as she gives me a sideways glance. Damn it, I let my guard down. And wait, did the little princess really not realize how selfish she can be?
バカ、何言ってるんだお前。 ハルクエイドからわがままって単語を取ったらもう骨しか残らないぞ、骨しか。
I only meant to poke a little fun at her, but I wind up laughing way too hard at my dumb joke. It's just that I never dreamed I see her looking this bashful. Oops, she's angry.
シキのバカ、人が真剣に相談してるっていうのに何よこの白状者。
そりゃそうだよ。俺はお前以外には優しいって言ったじゃないか。白状なのは今に始まったことじゃないし。
Man, is it true though? And I can't help but snort in agreement. This is a better look for her, pure and honest, none of that doom and gloom that plagued her earlier.
やっぱりお前は元気な方がいい。俺もなんだかほっとした。
なんでシキがホッとするの？私に対しては白状なんでしょ？あなたって。
いや、まあ、それはそうなんだけど。
I can deal with her dragging me around and being a general pain in my ass. But what I can handle is seeing her so Whoa there, that's a dangerous train of thought to follow. She's a good person. I'm certainly not bored whenever we're together. But that's as far as this goes. I can't allow myself to develop feelings beyond the threshold. Come on, man, you've already had feelings for her. You've been calling her pretty, beautiful, gorgeous multiple times already. And it's obvious that you care for her. Get a hold of yourself, Shiki. It doesn't matter how cute she looks. She's still a vampire.
もう、はっきりしない人ね。自分で自分のこともわからないの？
さっきまで弱音吐いていた吸血鬼に言われたくない。いいんだ、俺は自分がわからなくて。おかしいって自覚はしてるし。いつも記憶が曖昧で、貧血ばっかり起こしてるんだぞ。基本、自分のことさえ面倒見きれないんだよ。
そっか。だからシキはいつもぼーっとしてるんだ。
Arcuade nods wholeheartedly as if she's finally figured something out. She accepts my makeshift excuse so readily that before I can even be mad, I find myself pondering if what she said could be true. For one, Akiha does complain about me spacing out on a regular basis. I must look pretty unreliable from an outsider's point of view.
さて。
We can't stay in this classroom forever. So it's time we headed back outside. Even if there's no one around now, we shouldn't tempt fate in case one of the teachers comes back. And if a teacher comes back, who is it gonna be? Is it gonna be Miss Noelle?
ほら、そろそろ出るぞ。もう用事はないんだろ。
うん。用事はないんだけど。シキ？
Yeah, I say with a glance. There's a moment of hesitation before she confronts me with her strangest question so far.
シキには楽しいことってあるの？
今日は熱でもあるのですか、お姫様。
I think for Arcuade, yeah, I think she's I mean, it's obvious though. Like she's having feelings for Shiki right here. Like, I mean, you could see it, right? You could literally see it. The way she went to Shiki's bedroom because Shiki didn't show up the night before, right? And then she waited for him to wake up. You could see that she's developed feelings for him.
茶化さないで。私、少しはあなたの体のことを知っているわ。シキだって分かっているんでしょ？
And I guess it is kinda confusing her right now. Like, what is she? What am I feeling right now? She's pretty much saying that. Like, what am I feeling right now? Like, what is happening right now?
自分の体がいつ死んでもおかしくないってことぐらい。
My jaw clenches tight at the sudden shift. A stinging sensation. My old scar feels like it's tightening.
まあ、そりゃ、人間はいつか死ぬ。
あなたの場合、人より早いでしょうけどね。
Her eyes are dead serious. But it's not like I'm the only one that could die easily. I've seen the lines of the death, or of death I mean, that cover this world. Everybody is covered in vulnerabilities, spots that could render them dead in an instant.
どうしてかしらね。あなたを見ていると、時々、わけもなく怖くなる。そんな不安定な命で、楽しいと思える時があるの、シキ。
She's asking me if I enjoy my life. This girl really is so-so.
本当にバカだな、お前は。そんなの、俺にわかるはずがないじゃないか。
I couldn't possibly know whether my life is fun. A model sense of justice, a moral code deemed proper by society, a sense of humanity that prizes peace. Those were all gifted to me by Master, and they've been useful and integral in getting me through life so far. At my core, I am less than human. From the beginning, I've never really grasped those sorts of vague ideas. But there is one thing I can say with certainty. For a little while after I nearly died, probably while I was still undergoing surgery in the operating room, I think I found myself in total blackness. It was probably a dream, if anything. But at the time, I knew I was dead. I knew that the dark place around me was death itself. By some miracle, I was revived. And then I got to meet Master and even regain some semblance of ordinary life. For that, I'll be forever grateful. There's something I didn't realize until after I died. This world we live in is so peaceful and so very beautiful. Even if my eyes try to deny it, I don't know whether I enjoy this life. I don't think I'll ever be able to say. As long as I have these eyes, death will be an ever-present stain. But even so, life is beautiful. Even if many people never find happiness. My past self knew that to be human means to derive joy simply from living. It feels so long ago now, but I'm sure that before the accident, I lived life to the fullest. So I can keep going, even after I've been shown that everything's pointless. I'm no longer the same person as before. It's hard to buy that my values and morals are even sincere. For Shikitono, the idea of joy died long ago. If you were to ask me whether I'm enjoying my life, I'd probably say yes, unless presented with something irrefutably to the contrary. No matter how terrible things get, I'm satisfied simply knowing that I'm alive. I don't need anyone to tell me this. Humans really do find something just in living their lives.
たださ、生きてるだけで楽しいんじゃないかな。今までが楽しかったから、これからもやっていこうって気になるんだ。きっと、そうに違いない。まあ、お前の質問に答えるとしたら、こんなところか。
Despite my confident demeanor, I actually feel pretty embarrassed at putting it out in the open. After all, I've only got 17 years of life experience. If there's some kind of objective answer to a question like this, I'm not the one to ask. But when I look at the woman in front of me,
そっか。それが四季の心なんだ。そうしているだけで楽しいか。そうよね。余分なことだって分かっていても、楽しいのなら切り捨てることはできないもの。私はそれが怖くてつまらないことを聞いたけど、今はそれが答えでいいかな。
with the sweetest of smiles, she embraces my immaturity.
なんだよ。さっきのこと、まだ引きずってたのか。
そうだけど、とりあえずわだかまりは消えてくれたわ。だから、この町に救っている吸血鬼を倒すまでは迷わない。それまで四季と一緒に戦うよ。
Arcoade nods confidently, flashing that smile of hers again. Till we fight and defeat this vampire, huh?
そうだったな。俺とお前って、そういう関係だったっけ。
Today was an outlier, and made me completely forget that is nothing like this.
なあ、アルクエイド。全部終わった後、吸血鬼を倒し終わったらさ、別れる前に、もう一度だけこうして遊ばないか。
それ、どういうこと？
アルクエイドの目的が済んだら、もう一度ぐらい無駄なことをしようって言ったんだよ。結局、俺とお前は協力し合っているから一緒にいるだけだろ。だから本当に何の義務もなくなった後、何の意味もなく会えたらどうなるかなって、そう思っただけ。
Though that's not my true motive, what I really want is for us to hang out as normal friends. Then Arcoade could spend a day having fun, making normal memories, not thinking about vampires. I think she'd enjoy that.
まあ、お前が忙しいって言うんなら別にいいけど。
My mouth spouts the opposite of what my heart yearns to say. Arcoade's eyes briefly widen in shock.
全部終わったらまたここに来ようね、四季。何の意味もないけど、それはきっとすごく楽しいよ。
With a bounce in her step and a brilliant smile, she turns my suggestion into a promise. Here in this classroom dyed in sunset, the image of her awash in hues outside of time will leave a lasting memory for the rest of my days. So we will probably come back here. Yeah. I don't know what the ending is gonna be for, I guess, for Arcoade's arc. But we're gonna end up maybe in this kind of situation again by the end. Afterwards, she forced me to take her to the broadcasting room, the art room, and so on. By the time we finish our tour, the sun is long set. It's just past 7:30 now. Still a little early in the evening, but we might as well start hunting now.
すっかり暗くなったな。他に行くところもないし、そろそろ始めようか、アルクエイド。
もう行くの？まだ街は明るいよ。
早いに越したことはないだろう。昼間は十分に遊んだんだから、夜ぐらいはきちんと仕事をこなさないと。
四季って変に生真面目よね。そんなに真面目なのに、どうして昨日は約束を破ったりしたのかしら。
仕方ないだろう。昨日は体が動かなかったんだから。直前までは公園に行くつもりだったんだ。
In hindsight, I was reckless to have ever thought of meeting her in such a condition. If Akiha hadn't stopped me yesterday, I'm sure I would have dragged Arcoade down at some critical juncture. I mean, we actually tried that though, right? We went to Arcoade and then she basically said that you gotta take a rest because you don't really look good. And then Shiki went home, and then the next morning, Yeah, it was just weird, and then we ended up with a dead end.
ふん、そうなんだ。
なんだその顔。嫌な予感しかしないんだけど。なんだよ、そうしよっかって。
だから、式は公園に行くつもりだったんでしょ？まだ時間はあるんだし、昨日できなかったことなら、今やり直せばいいじゃない。
Arcuade takes off at the light jog. It seems like she's actually headed for the park.
ちょっと、待てってば！おい！
I break out into a sprint just to make sure I don't lose sight of her. Okay. Some of the soundtracks in this game,
ほら、なんだかんだ言ってちゃんとついてくるんだよね、式って。
I kind of like, I mean. But I think, yeah, the soundtrack here doesn't really compare to The Witch and the Holy Night, I suppose. But it's so good.
バカ。お前を一人にすると、何するかわからないから、だろう。
My shoulders heave as I try to force air into my needy lungs. I can't believe she actually made me run through all those crowds to catch up. She's really putting me through the ringer today.
でも、やっぱりこの時間だと人が多いのね。そこかしこに人の気配がして、ちょっと落ち着かないかな。
だから、どうしてこっちの話を聞かないんだ。お前ってやつは。
そう？私、式の声はちゃんと聞いているつもりだけど。
そうか。聞こえていて無視しているとなると、余計にたちが悪い。
無視もしてないよ。式の小言に返答すると決まってバカって言われるから黙ってるだけなんだけど。
そうか。それはこっちにも問題があったかもしれないか。
With some deep breaths, I finally get my breathing back in order. It's about 1.5 kilometers from the school to the park. It wasn't even that long of a run, but I still can't get my heart to stop racing. It's not that Arcuade was particularly fast either. If anything, she seemed to be going slow by her usual standards. Maybe my anemia is still acting up. After yesterday, I don't exactly feel like I'm in the best shape right now.
大丈夫？式。無理しないでベンチで休んだら？
そうする。体が落ち着いたら町の方に行くからな、アルクエイド。
もう、式がやる気になってるのは嬉しいけど、まだ時間が早すぎるのよ。ブローブの時もそうだったけど、吸血鬼は自分たちの時間でなければむやみに活動はしないものなの。彼らはもっと夜の気配が濃くならないと活動しないから、しばらくは時間を潰さないとね。
Couldn't she have said so earlier? With nothing better to do, I stare at the park's clock from my spot on the bench. It appears to be a little past 9, so they were not doing anything, I guess. The crowds are thinning out little by little as the night deepens. Also, I guess they didn't really do anything because, yes, there were a lot of people still. And, yeah, if there are a lot of people, those things won't really attack, right? So they needed it to be a little bit later. Arcuade doesn't sit down on the bench with me. Instead, she paces around aimlessly. Time simply passes. It's so silent. The bright moon tenderly bathes Arcuade in the park in its silver light.
月明かりか。
I think back to 2 days ago when I was attacked in front of the Tono estate. If only the moon had been this bright back then I might have been able to get a good look at the assailant's face.
Ah!
Wait, what? You sure removing the jacket? Is that it? I jump up from the bench.
シキ、どうしたの？死者でも見つけちゃった？
いや、そうじゃなくて、とんでもないことを忘れてた。
Wait, what? What did he say? If only the moon had been bright back then I might have been able to get a good look at the assailant's face. I can't believe myself. What the hell was I thinking? I was attacked on my way home. How the hell could I have forgotten about that?
アルクエド、俺2日前の夜に変な奴に襲われた。
I mean, didn't he say that to Arcuade already?
変なやつってどんなやつ？
I mean, didn't he say this, right? And then, yeah, he also told Arcuade about the nun, about Miss Noelle, right?
それが。
Once I calm down a bit, I run Arcuade through everything that happened in as much detail as possible. What?
というわけなんだけど。
After catching her up, I peek at Arcuade to gauge her reaction. From start to finish, her eyes remained focused, her brow knit in silent consternation. By the way, this is my favorite song in this game. Yeah, this theme, when it's like very mysterious, right, and very eerie. This is my favorite music here.
あの黒い死者とノエル先生、代行者って言うんだな。あの人はお前の敵なのか？
そうね。両方とも私の敵よ。その黒い死者は何者か知らないけど、修道服を着た女のことなら見当はつく。
Wait, honestly, I don't know now. Did we say this to her, but we ended up in a dead end last time? I actually don't remember because the dead ends are quite long now. Like we have a lot of scenes and then dead end, right? Let's just continue. Anyways. Arcuade narrows her eyes, struck with a foul mood. But yeah, I remember a scene that, yeah, Shiki told her this. Okay. Though I'd say there's more to it. Beneath her demeanor lies an irritation that pricks at her nerves.
シキを助けた奴は確かに代行者でしょうね。念のために聞いておくけど、そいつ一人きりだった？
ああ、ノエル先生一人だったけど。
Thinking back, I faintly recall her saying that executors works in pairs.
そう。そいつの独断か、あるいは動けない理由があるのか。もう一人があの女だとしたら目障りね。
I mean, Miss Noelle did say something like her master was cold back, I guess. So probably she doesn't have a partner, that's why.
あいつなら私より先に棺を見つけ出せるでしょうし、先にそっちを潰しておくか。
Arcuade's irritation levels are sky high. I'm not really sure why, but she clearly cannot stand Miss Noelle's partner. I've seen Arcuade demonstrate hostility before. I've seen her act with the full intent to kill, but I've never seen her display such blatant enmity. She must really loathe this woman.
アルクエドにとってノエル先生が敵だっていうのはわかる。でも目的は同じなんだから協力し合えないのか？
まあね。場合によっては手を貸してあげることもあるわ。でも今回は絶対に無理。人間には譲らないし、もし代行者があの女なら、まずそっちを始末してる。
We really won't be able to settle this peacefully, huh? It's probably best to abandon the idea of cooperating with Miss Noelle.
OK。あっちとは協力しないんだな。お前がそう言うなら、俺もこれ以上は言わない。 理由は聞かないよ。
うん、ありがとう。なんかシキ、優しくない？いつもならもっとしつこく食い下がってくるのに。
お前が嫌がってるのは分かったからな。でもノエル先生との関係とノエル先生の背景については別問題だぞ。いい加減その代行者ってのが何なのか教えてくれ。
そうね、余分な知識だから話さなかったけど、こうなった以上話しておくわ。以前も説明したけど、上司タイプの吸血鬼は己の存在を隠蔽しようとする。犠牲者を出しても周囲にそれを異常だと気がつかせないよう様々な魔術を働かせる。
Okay.
これどうしてだかわかる？
外敵を呼び込まないためだっけ。派手にやるとやってくるんだろう、吸血鬼退治の専門家たちが。
I mean, I guess there's the police, but it's not like the vampire actually viewed them as a threat. The poor guys facing off against Vlad proved that point also clearly. The only thing a vampire fears is a monster of the same caliber.
そう、吸血鬼には天敵がいる。それも今ではパワーバランスはあっちの方が上っていう殺し屋みたいな集団がね。吸血鬼たちが人間を秘密裏に搾取するのは自己保身のためよ。彼らは社会的な風文ではなく、その天敵に嗅ぎつけられることを嫌って自然に死体を隠蔽する。
それがノエル先生みたいな連中か。吸血鬼たちの天敵ってまた化け物じみたのが出てきたな。
As an remarkable human being, I could do with fewer aberrations getting mixed up in my day-to-day life.
何言ってるのよ。確かに代行者は人間離れしているけど、彼らはどこまで行っても人間よ。吸血鬼、使徒の天敵というのはあなたたち人間そのものなんだから。
天敵って俺たちが？
Even though we're essentially helpless livestock for them to feed on?
もうずっと昔、西暦が始まったばかりの頃、人間は様々な魔術、神秘学、式典儀礼をもとに組織体系を作り、人間以外の霊長類を排除し始めた。その最たるものが聖堂教会、普遍的という名を掲げた欧州の一大宗教よ。彼らは昔から人間でないものを徹底的に淘汰してきたけど、その中でも吸血鬼に対する敵視はどうかしているわ。世界中のどんな宗教を見たって、教会以上に吸血鬼を敵視している宗教はない。あれはね、すでに疲れてる。病的すぎる。この私でさえできるなら関わりたくないぐらいだもの。
Arcuade's sighs in exasperation. Seems she had her fair share of run-ins with the church. After all, whenever I can help it would imply there are times she can't.
で、死期を助けたのはその中でも異端狩りを専門としている連中よ。主の教えを代行するという役割からエクスキューターって呼ばれてる。
I mean, Arcuade's been living for 800 years. Of course, like she's been fighting with church people from time to time, right? Like, if she can avoid them, I guess she would avoid them. But if she had no choice, and then, yeah, she fights them.
教会の矛盾点を法ではなく力で処理する。決して表には出てこない。殺し屋みたいなエクソシスト。
Exorcists, purgers of demons, or vampire slaying priests in this case. I'm so captivated by the idea, I don't even know what to say.
ま、ただの代行者なら可愛いものだけど。これが埋葬機関の代行者になると話は違ってくる。あいつらは使徒を捕獲するためなら手段を選ばない。
I mean, Miss Noel was pretty strong though, right?
も
Yeah.
し派遣された代行者がそっちだったら、ブローブが暴れる前にこの町は地図から消えていたかもね。
What? They might have wiped the entire city off the map before Vlov even had the chance to let loose.
プローブ以上って、そんなに見境なしなのか、そいつらは。
ええ。連中は相手が吸血鬼であるのなら、何をしても許される権限を持っている。それは使徒に狙われた町も同じ。まだ人間が生活していようが、すでに汚れた土地ならもろともに焼き尽くす。
Jesus.
そのノエルって代行者が今まで何もしなかったのは、私と使徒を同時に始末する機会を伺っていたんでしょうね。埋葬機関にとって人間ではない霊長はそれだけで悪だから。
Arcuade practically spits out the words before beginning to pace around. It feels like this just got a lot more complicated. Arcuade isn't just targeted by other vampires, she's also being hunted by those who consider every vampire their enemy.
なんだよ。それじゃ一人きりじゃないか、あいつ。
I watch over Arcuade as she wanders to and fro. Under the brilliant moonlight, she looks like a lost child with no place to call home. Okay, they're they're very dangerous. I mean, as Arcuade said, right? They would destroy a whole city to get to a vampire. Jesus Christ. Are we gonna see that actually in this game? But honestly, I want to see the church's side of things. That would be nice though, right? Yeah, that would be really nice. In Mission the Holy Night, we didn't really see them, I guess, that much. Just a little bit. Yeah, very tiny bit, I mean. But in this one, who knows, right? And maybe we'll see them much more. We'll see. So anyways, we are gonna continue this and do more of Tsukihime, A Piece of Blue Glass Moon, in the next one. So I'll just see you then, guys. Bye-bye.